Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today will be a bit of a different video. As you know now, next season we'll have a special round 24 or an extra round added on to the season, and this could just be a one season thing, or it could go on for many years. But we're gonna have a magic round. Really excited for this magic round, especially seeing it be played in South Australia. I might try and go to some of the games, to be honest, because South Australia is a superb location. That's exactly where I want to go. Head to Adelaide Oval, and what better way? They're going to have magic round, 9 games in Adelaide. Going to be absolutely superb. What this video is mainly about is I've scheduled a bit of a prediction of which games there'll be in this round, and I really hope it does succeed this magic round, because in my opinion I think it could work, and it sounds fun and exciting and engaging, and I think this might work. So I've gone with roughly about 5 days. So just to spread it out a bit, we're going to have the 3 games on the Saturday, the 3 games on the Sunday, of course, as usual, and then we'll have one on Wednesday night, Thursday night, and Friday night. So the game on Wednesday night that I've scheduled, which is a pretty obvious game that you'd probably put, is Adelaide versus Port Adelaide in a showdown. Adelaide Oval, probably around a 7, I'd say maybe like a 7 o'clock, 7:40, in between there type start. But I think it'll be a really good game. Obviously, cracker, big ground, big crowd, big ground. 2 amazing teams for the showdown. Be absolutely superb to kick off Magic Round, and yeah, I reckon it'll be an absolutely superb game. The next night, roughly about 7:25, a Thursday night game. This one will also be played at Adelaide Oval. It's a big-ish game, and look, it's not, a massive game that, has to be played at the MCG or big stadiums like that, but it's still going to be a pretty cracking and intriguing contest. And that's Richmond versus St Kilda. I reckon that'll be a really good game. Two Melbourne teams that, if it was at Marvel Stadium, Richmond fans would get a bit pissed off. If it was at the MCG, St Kilda fans would probably get a bit pissed off. So why not have it at Adelaide Oval in Magic Round? I reckon it'll be a great game, in my opinion. And yeah, can't wait for it. On the Friday night, we're going to see my team run out as the away side, actually, for this game. Hopefully we can get the job done. If this does occur, of course, this is a prediction, and I doubt any of these will probably happen except the Port Adelaide, and maybe another one a little later on. But this one could get pretty interesting. About a 7:50 game style as game slot as usual. I reckon that's roughly a pretty good time for it, and that will be Fremantle versus Collingwood, which is a bit of an interesting game at Adelaide Oval, 7:50. I reckon the ground might suit both teams, and it's going to be very interesting. Obviously, this would have been played at Fremantle's home deck, at Optus Stadium. Yeah, a little bit of a disadvantage for them, but I still reckon it'll be a pretty nice round, a pretty nice game. To chuck into Magic Round, seeming both teams have had, their history this year. And then on the first game for the Saturday at 1:30, this will be played at Elizabeth Oval, or ground. It's somewhere in South Australia. Pretty good ground, actually. But yeah, this is a pretty meaningless and pointless game, to be honest, that no one would really care about, and that's West Coast versus the Western Bulldogs. I reckon the Western Bulldogs would be feeling pretty confident about themselves at this Elizabeth Oval or ground. But yeah, there'd be a very interesting game, 1:30 time slot. Now roughly about the 4:45 time slot for this game. This one will be played a little bit of a different location. It'll be played in, I believe it's called Cooper's Oval or something. It's very good ground, probably the second best after Adelaide Oval in Australia, so in South Australia. So yeah, they'll have to play this game here, and this game does mean more to the game that I previous said, but then again, it's not humongous or anything like that. I mean, it's still a pretty odd and not an appealing game you would be going to in any other ground or any other state really, and that's Gold Coast versus Essendon. Both teams, I don't think they'd be taking much into it. It's a decent ground. Two teams that are getting bigger, fan base wise, and the Suns are getting better. The Bombers are getting worse, but the Bombers have been pretty good in recent years before this. So who knows? It could be an interesting game. And then the big game, really, this one at 8:10. At the Adelaide Oval. This is a pretty big game, to be honest. And to be honest, I can actually see this happening. If it wasn't for if not Port Adelaide, this would probably be the second most likely to occur, in my opinion. And that's Hawthorn versus GWS. Yes, I know those two teams are shit, but honestly, the game would be shit. At the Giants' home ground. Look, I don't know if this is the right game slot because this would be on Channel 7. I don't know if that's the right time slot for this game to occur or the right ground, but I personally think it would work because a Hawthorn game at the MCG against the Giants just doesn't sound right. And a Giants home game at Giants Stadium against the Hawks, again, it doesn't feel that appealing. So why not play it at Adelaide Oval? And I reckon it'll be a close contest. Two teams that are definitely probably a lock for the bottom six, but a close contest. I reckon it'll be a very, very good game to watch as well. But that's just my opinion, of course. And then at the about 1:10 time slot on the Sunday, heading into the final day of the Magic Round now. Try not to pick too much Victorian teams or leave over too much Victorian teams. So I've gone with a bit of an intriguing one. This one will be played at Cooper's as well, which is a decent ground and a decent crowd where you'd probably be able to get in. And I don't know if this is actually going to happen. I simply doubt it. But who knows? It definitely has a chance of occurring. But then again, I could just be completely wrong. And look, I reckon it'd be a close game as well, and one I'd probably look to nearly go to because it'd be intriguing, and that's Sydney versus Geelong. Now, yeah, this might not sound good to you guys, but a big game at the MCG or the SCG like this would be very, very good. But at Cooper's, it could work. It seriously could work, and I reckon it would be a pretty good game as well. This game would probably be on TV as well. Then a little bit later on, just a little bit later than usual, you got your 4:40 time slot for this game, which will be the big broadcast game, of course, and that's this will be at the Adelaide Oval. Yeah, this could be a pretty big game anywhere else, but I reckon it'd be pretty good, and that's Carlton versus Brisbane. I honestly think it'd be a pretty good game. Up at the Gabba, up at the MCG, yeah, sure, it'd be a good game, but why not have it at Adelaide Oval? It could seriously work, and I'd definitely be intrigued into going into the game, and this one's pretty much at the exact same time, 5:30. No one would really be going to this game pretty much at all. Again, at Elizabeth, 5:30. It'd be North Melbourne versus Melbourne. Very, very good side versus a very, very shit side. They seem to meet in a special round every year, Aboriginal round or Indigenous round they call it. They've met there. I think they've met in other special rounds. But why not? I reckon it'd be a good game to end off the Magic Round, and maybe we get to see North actually do something for once, having the home ground advantage while being the home team here at Elizabeth. But yeah, that's my video. I don't know if this is gonna be true or not, but yeah, just my little predictions of Magic Round, my overall thoughts. I think it's a great idea, and I'm really, really excited for it. I reckon it's gonna be really, really fun. I'll see you guys in the next video.